Good. So, welcome on Shivaya. What
Oh,
can I do
Namaste.
for you?
Uh, yeah, yeah. First of all, maybe I would like to share that I did the Om Namah Shivaya jap, only 10,000 so far.
Wow.
I'm not
Okay.
sure.
That's
I'm
good.
not sure. You mentioned that I should reach three lakhs, or
Okay.
do you
Okay.
understand lakhs?
It will come. It will come. There's no fixed number,
Mm-hmm.
but usually it's, if you do 3 lakh, it's usually sufficient, but we'll see. Maybe less, maybe more. We don't know.
So one day I saw a dream. I wanted to discuss with you. I never saw this dream earlier, so I just want to know what could be the meaning.
Uh,
I very clearly I saw a big shivling with a white snake around it, and the snake was completely looking at me eye to eye. I mean, I saw it for a long time, and I never visioned it
so,
earlier.
with this is a dream, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you saw a tree, a big tree with a snake
No, no,
around.
not tree, not tree, shivling,
Oh, a ship. Okay, okay, sorry.
shivling.
Oh, shivling. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I got it. Okay. With a big snake around it.
Yeah, a white color big
White.
snake around
White
it.
color.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And that's it.
Yeah, I saw it for long time, and then yeah, I just couldn't understand whether what it could mean. So I think I woke up, and
Uh,
that time I woke up, I thought, okay, I'll see in morning what it could mean or something like that.
I see.
And then I slept again. But yeah, I don't know. But it never happened to me. Never.
Well, because now you are doing some japa sadhana, and obviously the Shivaling is Mahadev.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that you are becoming aware of.
Mm-hmm.
Either you are actually having the darshan, or your subconscious is bringing up memories of your contacts with Shiva Mahadev. Maybe in some temple, or somewhere you have seen the Shiva Lingam before, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So either it is your subconscious, or it is directly the presence of Shiva. That's I think that's not very mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
The big snake, you know that the snake is a Kundalini.
Kundalini. Okay.
Yeah, I mean the energy, the Shakti.
I see. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So the purpose of the Kundalini yoga is to raise the Kundalini through along the spine, through the chakra, the road of the chakras, until the Kundalini reaches the Agya chakra, where she meets with Mahadev.
Mm.
And from there you can access the crown chakra. This is, in very short, this is the meaning of the Kundalini yoga.
Mm.
So
Okay.
yeah, you wanted to ask something specific.
Not around this, and this this was something. Yeah, I
Okay.
literally never ever had such kind of dream. So this was like completely. Yeah, I
New
was surprised.
and
But yeah.
unexpected. Yeah, well, but it's a very good sign, I would say.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, sorry whether it's a bad sign, good sign.
Good sign, good sign.
Thank you. But yeah, my major concern to talk to you was around, uh, I don't know. I mean, for example, okay, so let me tell you, I was very curious around, about my as in general, how am I doing, and how my last life's karmas can affect something like that. So
I see.
uh, I booked a tarot card reading for me, and just wanted to know, about my, for example, like current health issues and all the stuff, different things. So when I asked, for example, in my life since childhood, I have been struggling a lot for every single thing. By struggling, I mean, for example, if somebody can, let's say, take one step in, let's assume in 1 minute,
Yeah.
then I will be taking 10 minutes, in the sense that, I will be seeing lots
Yeah.
of struggle, everything. I mean, weird kind of stuff. For example, rain is happening, heat is happening, something. I'm just giving an example, so
Yeah.
I keep struggling every single time. I mean, every single time. I mean, so I was like, I discussed this with tarot card reader. I mean, why I just keep facing
Huh.
every single time this this struggle. I mean, one can struggle is okay. There is no problem, but every single time, and till my till I'll be an old person. Till then, I'll be facing this. So I was like, I just want to know the reason. Is it what's there?
What did
So
they say?
she mentioned that, and also discuss about, my luck factor, that my luck factor is zero and all the stuff. So then she used some cards, and she mentioned to me that in you, it looks like in your, it I don't know, most of our words look like philosophical to me. I don't know, because this was my first time, so I don't know whether it
Yeah.
was
Okay.
factual or not. But she mentioned that in your last lives or something, you have done certain stuff wherein, you didn't do like the right thing, or you
Yeah.
had money but you didn't use it properly, or you
Yeah.
didn't give it to those who required it, something like that. And this, and also she mentioned, yes, this is true, that luck is not at all there in your, uh, I mean, whatever is
Situation.
in,
Yeah.
yeah,
Position.
yeah, yeah, you just have to work harder for every single thing, otherwise you will not even get a penny. So she mentioned this. And you know what, this, I don't know, I did right or wrong after, no, because after this I got disheartened a bit, because, at least in this life, I know, since my childhood, I would say, since my childhood, I have been very helpful to every single person.
Yeah.
I mean, I help people in terms of, actually, I don't even have realized the importance of money, in the sense that, that money, I need just money, money, money.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
don't say it. I help everybody, every single person, with money, with whatever I can. And even, I, for example, at this stage, I sometimes feel bad for, for people like, in Gaza, different state, where they are suffering. I mean, because of uh, people fighting for lands, or you can say, I don't know. I mean, some people who are disabled, right, who cannot do anything. Because yesterday I was so disheartened, so depressed, that AI is replacing every single thing, and
Yeah.
everybody is thinking that AI will do every stuff, and they are not realizing how it will impact, humans. And
Yeah.
for example, let's say if everybody is not fit, right? By fit, I mean, they can do everything with super
Yeah.
fit.
Physically healthy.
Yeah, everybody has their own pace, and some people are disabled also, right? And
Yeah.
it's not like that, whatever they have done in their past karmas, but in this life, whatever they have to survive, right, with that disability or what. So I was like, why nobody's considering this? So I really wish, if I could have something, I could help everybody, because I think everybody in today's life is just focusing on themselves. But I don't know, even after having my this kind of attitude, first of all, I couldn't believe that I was a miserable person in my previous lives or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I mean, I felt that even if I'm doing good, my desires are good, I'm even honest person, I don't even lie, so when I'm doing everything, even after this, if I have to, take the load of my previous
Yeah.
karmas, and if it
Yeah.
gonna affect my, let's say, my daughters,
Yeah.
so that would be so bad. I mean, I was like, why I'm planning my second kid or something, I'm even so much in that state, why I'm even having my second kid, because this world is not great. If my karmas are gonna affect them, and if they would be in sad state, I won't be able to,
I
face it. So I
understand.
don't know.
I understand. Okay. I understand the situation. Um, there is definitely some karmic issue that needs to be addressed. You are doing well, you're trying to do your best to earn some good credits, and so that your karmic balance, will get better. However, we have two factors that probably you have not considered yet. The first factor is that the karmic seeds are managed by our subconscious. It is our subconscious who brings them up and puts them on our plan, our to-do list. But if we have not programmed our subconscious properly, our subconscious doesn't know how to solve the problems. So it's like a secretary. Okay, secretary sees that there are some issues to be solved, some things to be addressed. So the subconscious puts all these files on our desk, but it doesn't know which plan we want to follow. So it's suggesting a plan, a program based on what what is it's a programming. We can make an example. Computers a little bit. So I don't know if they still have it, but they used to have it. This assistant, this word assistant was popping up. When we were doing some work, and the assistant will pop up and give suggestions. So the suggestions and plan that our subconscious is preparing for us are based on the information that the subconscious has collected. So, for example, if we don't know how to address a certain type of relationship, such as an abusive or toxic relationship, our subconscious will bring it up again and again, time after time, relationship after relationship, person after person. And, hoping that we find the solution. But subconscious doesn't know to solve the problem, and what if we don't know how to solve the problem? So we keep getting into the same problem again and again and again. So in your particular case, it seems to me that your subconscious is trying to put you in situations where you subconsciously are sabotaging yourself, trying to punish yourself, because somewhere, deep in the subconscious, you have this idea that you don't deserve to be successful. Because maybe in a previous lifetime you did something you're not happy with, your subconscious is not happy with. So this is why in psychotherapy we try to bring out all the forgotten and repressed issues. All types of psychotherapy are focused on that. Now, our subconscious is much more powerful than our conscious mind. When we are not in good communication and cooperation terms with our subconscious, we don't have much control over it. even if our subconscious is very eager to be told what to do. So we need to reprogram our subconscious. But first, we need to establish a communication channel. So, going to ask other people what's your problem is not going to be the best way. The best way is asking your subconscious. You ask your subconscious what is the problem. Because your subconscious knows better than anybody else, than anyone else. Better than me, better than the tarot reader, better than, even the psychotherapist. If you go through the official academic, psychology. So we need to find out how to communicate. You can communicate with your subconscious and open a dialogue that will bring to cooperation.
Can we do that?
Oh, definitely we can, sure. Actually, we should. Not only we can, but we should, because that's the best way to address the problem. Your subconscious knows. Yeah, tell.
Will there be any repercussion in terms of, I don't know, are there any repercussion to this thing?
Okay, yeah. We can work on it. We can organize a program. But first of all, the first step that I suggest is that you start a dream journal.
I'm currently pregnant. Will it affect anything?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Nothing, what is the, no problem. Absolutely. Your memories, your communication from the subconscious could come from your subconscious or also your child's subconscious. But still, it's all good. It's all good. So the best thing is to open the communication.
Okay,
so everybody is relaxed, your subconscious is relaxed, you're relaxed, and the communication is the best way to solve the problems. Without proper communication, how are you going to even know what the problem is? What to speak of, how to solve it? So your subconscious, our subconscious, is in contact with the superconscious as well. You probably have heard that there are 4 states of consciousness. According to Yoga Shastra, according to Upanishads, the consciousness in the waking state is called Jagriti.
Jagriti, okay.
Yeah, Jagriti. Then we have the Swapna, which is the consciousness in the state of dreaming, which is both dreaming when you sleep and both dreaming when you are awake, but you're daydreaming.
I see.
That means that your Jagriti level of consciousness is not active so much. So when the wakeful state of consciousness is not prominent, then your subconscious automatically takes over. This is why we can do a lot of things on autopilot. Like repetitive chores, like doing the cleaning, doing the cooking, walking someplace, doing things that we know very well how to do, and we don't need to put any attention into it anymore. Sometimes even driving the car. So your subconscious is taking care of this. Sometimes maybe you have had this experience that you're walking around and suddenly you find yourself in a place and you don't remember how you got there. Do you consciously focus on each step you're taking? No. Who is doing that? The subconscious is doing that. Subconscious is also taking care of the breathing, of the heartbeat, of the non-voluntary muscles and movements and metabolism and everything
Yeah.
else. It's going by itself. By itself means the subconscious is doing it. But we can integrate our subconscious. Means we connect our subconscious with the wakeful consciousness, the state when we are awake, and we become conscious of the subconscious. Have you heard the idea of lucid dreaming?
Lucid dreaming? No.
Yeah. Okay, let's make an example. I think we all have this experience that we are sleeping, and very peacefully, very deeply. And some point in our dream, we dream that we are going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because, our body is pushing. Because we actually need to go to the bathroom physically. And so we dreamed we are going to the bathroom. Now, at that point, you can become conscious that you're dreaming. And that you're dreaming to go to the bathroom because you actually need to get up and go to the bathroom. For real. Physically. So, at that time, you become conscious you're dreaming and you can direct your dream. So, you wake up, you go to the bathroom, and you go back to sleep. That lucid dreaming, that being conscious of your dream, can happen even without any prompting from the physical body. We can control it.
Okay.
So we can become conscious of our dreams and we can direct our dreams. So we can also do it when we are awake in a sort of meditation, in a type of meditation where we just put our conscious mind to sleep. Now, you have probably had the experience of that state of consciousness that is between the sleep and waking up. It's still some kind of twilight zone. You're not completely awake and you're not completely sleeping. That can also happen in what we call daydreaming.
Yeah.
When the conscious mind is very relaxed and we let the subconscious, run around freely. And we are not so conscious of our body anymore. That is one step towards the astral traveling.
Oh, okay.
And in the same way, we can actually make it more conscious. We can control it more. Like, for example, many people sometimes have this feeling when they're dreaming that they're flying or sliding or floating, or in that state between the sleeping and the waking up, we have the feeling of rocking, like oscillation, or moving back and forth, or falling. I don't know if you had these experiences. But this...
Falling, yeah. Just falling. Just falling, yeah.
Falling, exactly.
Yeah.
So this feeling is the first step towards an out-of-body experience. What we call astral traveling. You're not falling, but you're becoming detached from your physical body. So you have this feeling that the body is falling. But it's not falling, it's you that are going up. It's just a matter of point of observation. If you are jumping up, you're going, like, let's say you are traveling in a rocket, a space rocket, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you are, the rocket is traveling fast upwards. So you have the feeling that the earth is falling. But the earth is not falling, it's you are going up. So in the same way, when you have this feeling of falling, the impression of falling, it's because the body is feeling this separation, this detachment, this gap. Usually because people are afraid of going out of the body, we fight this feeling and we try to go back into the body. We feel like uncomfortable, so we try to resist the feeling. We try to go back to normal. But that normal is just the consciousness in the physical body. But it's not our real nature. We are not the body. We are connected to the body. We are driving the body like a vehicle. We are wearing the body like a, some dress or clothing. But we are not the body. So if we understand that we are not the body, we understand that we are Atman. And the body is there, okay, as long as our time in this body is going on, we'll go back to the body because the connection remains. The connection is broken only when it is our time to die. When our body is not functional anymore, for whatever reason. Disease, accident, tell.
But I don't know, when I was just discussing this with my husband once, that astral travel is a term and all this. That I
Yeah.
don't know. Then he mentioned that he has seen some videos and heard that when this thing happens, then when you are doing astral travel, then the other souls which are surrounding, they force yourself and acquire your body, and then you are kind of
No, no,
lost.
no, 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 no. That's not happening. It's not happening because you are still connected to that body. That body belongs to you.
But can somebody do a force exit of us? No, something like
When
that.
we die,
Okay.
when we
Okay.
die, that we completely leave the body. If the body is empty, totally empty, someone can get inside.
Then how this thing happens when demons capture a body when there are two
Oh,
souls in
but
one?
you're still there as well.
Ah.
Whatever ghost or spirit that wants to get inside your body,
Mhm.
they try, but you are still there, so you can
Ah,
fight back.
I see. I see. Got it.
It's not that you're leaving the body completely vacant. You're still connected.
Got it.
In fact, there is still a certain amount of prana that stays inside the physical body. And the connection is very strong. They call it the silver cord, the silver thread. It's like an umbilical cord.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very strong. So it's you are automatically going back.
Okay.
So it all depends on the conditions of the body. If the body is not usable anymore for whatever reason, then the connection is severed. Like like when a fruit is ripe, it
Mm-hmm.
falls from the tree. But until the fruit is ripe, it's not falling because the
Yeah.
connection is there, it's strong.
Yeah.
Okay, so only when the connection is severed for accident, disease, or whatever, then the body is left, how to say, vacant.
Mm. Yeah.
Otherwise, if someone wants to get inside to get, they will need to share. And depending on how strong you are and how strong they are, one can take more control than the other.
Mm.
But, we can learn to be strong enough to protect our body. And also there are also some techniques. We can call them rituals if we want. Some protection techniques that we can use very effectively to keep all the squatters off. So that's not a real danger. But the important thing before we try to do astral traveling, before we try to have out-of-body experiences and everything, even before we attempt lucid dreaming, it's very good if we start to communicate with our subconscious and tell our subconscious, make our subconscious see that we are willing to communicate and cooperate.
And how do we do that? Just by manifesting it?
We can, as we said before, we can do it through a dream journal, which is a very simple thing. You can keep some pen and paper near your bed. And when you wake up, without getting up, just wake up, stay as much as possible in the same physical position. You just take notes about whatever you remember of your dreams. You don't need to, be extremely specific. You just note down the images and whatever you remember. Also, you should not judge. You should not interpret or try to understand, because this phase is just to encourage communication. Okay. If the subconscious feels judged, then it may withdraw. Subconscious is very shy, very timid. It doesn't know. Subconscious is usually only trying to help. It's doesn't want to control you. It wants to help. But if you don't tell the subconscious what to do, subconscious will try to, do whatever it can do. So this is another important thing, is that the subconscious programs itself from the information that it gets from the environment, especially by observing those sources that you as a conscious mind considers authoritative. Like, for example, the voice of your mother. Whatever your parents have told you, whatever your school teachers, your elders, whatever authority you consider as authority has told you, your subconscious has taken notes. So whether this information was beneficial or toxic, the subconscious is not able to make a choice. It doesn't know. So whatever the subconscious thinks is likely to help you, to be helpful for, to support you and help you, then it will do. And sometimes with very bad results. Let's say, for example, that you got in your childhood, you got this idea that you're not good enough. Okay? So your subconscious will try to put you in difficult situations so that you can prove to yourself that you're good enough. But you don't know how to go through these situations. You don't know how to solve these situations. So you fail. And your subconscious thinks, oh, okay, then maybe we can do again, but change a little bit this time, blah, blah, blah. So again, you're going to get through a very similar situation, and still you don't know how to deal with it, and still you fail. But your subconscious is only trying to help. Especially with toxic relationships, this is so common, so widespread. People who keep having toxic relationships is because the subconscious is trying to put them in the similar situation, same situation, hoping that this time, you will do better. Things are going to be better. But because you don't know how to make things better, you keep having problems, and your self-esteem is still going lower. So your subconscious, instead of helping, is trying to help, but it's actually making things worse.
Yeah.
Then you get depressed, and then you get, self-esteem is going lower, and you're anxious, you become scared, and, and so on and so forth. And also the problem a big part of the problem is that the cultural and social standards that are hammered into the people's minds these days are unreasonable. Like, you have to be perfectly fit, you have to be perfectly successful, perfectly beautiful, perfectly elegant, perfectly balanced, always kind, always calm, always happy, always joyful, But that's not reasonable.
Yeah, and that's why so many people, if you see around, they are alone, depressed, even if they are showing a smile outside. By the time they
Exactly,
all are
because it's not acceptable socially to be depressed. So,
yeah,
if you are depressed, they send you to the doctor, and what the doctor does, they give you pills. And the pills, if you read the how you call it, instructions, warnings, on the pill, on the medicine packet, in the package, the side effects include suicidal tendencies, or how are you going to treat depression with a medicine that can cause suicidal tendencies? So the pills are not going to solve any problem. They're just going to numb your feelings.
yeah,
But that's actually worse. Because how are you going to solve the problem? It's only going to get worse and worse and worse. So, the present day psychology, psychotherapy is, not very effective most of the times.
yeah. I am taking psychotherapy sessions, but
It's
yeah,
not helping. Yeah, because the doctor, the physician, the psychologist doesn't know how to solve the problem. So the idea of the modern psychology, the mainstream dominant culture psychology, is just to keep people functional and socially, tolerable.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah, this is what I feel. Yeah.
And if you have a look around, people get crazier and crazier and crazier every day, including the psychiatrists. They're the ones, on the front line. They're getting crazier than anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a film in the 80s. The title of the film was The Couch Trip
Hmm.
with Dana Croyd. It was, it's a good comic. It's a comedian, good comedian.
Mm-hmm.
So the couch trip is about, a psychiatrist who's totally crazy and
Mm-hmm.
a psychiatric patient who's actually much more intelligent, wise, and well adjusted than the doctor. Which,
Mm-hmm.
because, it's a fact. It's not that the psychiatrists are, necessarily healthier than their patients, you know. In fact, they can come to a point that they really snap. Just
Mm-hmm.
like the Catholic priests.
Mm-hmm.
The Catholicism has this this stupid idea of the confession. You know
Mm.
about it?
Yeah, I've seen in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Catholic people go to the priest and they confess all their sins. And
Mm.
these poor priests are subject to a shower of garbage constantly.
Mm.
And they are supposed to keep very strict vows,
Mm.
but they don't have, any real way of purifying their mind. So they end up doing horrible things, especially to children.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, it's famous. They're famous for that.
Mm.
If you go in Catholic countries, you get, people know perfectly well.
Mm. Yeah, if, after hearing all of this thing which is happening, I don't know, either I'm thinking too much or what. I don't know. I mean, I feel this world is not a good place to live in anymore. Reason being, because the way we are forced to work with speed, we wake up like a machine, we
Yeah,
end up sleeping like a machine, we work like a
yeah.
machine.
We
Oh,
are, yeah, we are at a cracking point,
yeah.
culturally speaking. In
Yeah, and
society.
I
Yeah.
feel that humans are forced to do certain things which is not right, and I believe the karmic, as you mentioned, that the
Yes.
karmic
Yeah.
stuff, it will give them a life which will be miserable, and that thing will bring
Yeah.
down
It's a
things further,
vicious
right?
circle. Yeah.
Yeah,
It goes spiraling down.
yeah, exactly. Then, then what's the point? I mean, I don't know. Then why? I believe why God is not helping to those who really wish to do right now. I
God
mean,
is helping. God is helping. The point is that we also need to understand how God is helping.
Mhm.
Because sometimes it's just like our subconscious wants to help but has no idea how to do that. So we want to be helped by God, but we have no idea of how to get this help, to take this help. Because we don't know how God is helping. God is helping by giving us inspiration, strength, understanding, and knowledge how to do things better. And we are lucky because we have come in touch with the Vedic knowledge. And the Vedic knowledge, it is my experience, that has the perfect, the most, the best, knowledge about how to do all these things. So knowledge is actually a very good blessing. Bhagavad Gita is saying that knowledge is what is, the greatest purifier. And
Hmm.
knowledge of what? Knowledge that we are not this body. We are not, that we are beyond these material identifications and attachments. This is something that the modern psychology is not really grasping yet. They're getting there. Slowly, slowly they're getting there, but still they're not there as a group, as a class, as a general culture. For
Mm-hmm.
example, there is, in the last 20, 30 years, there has been a school of psychology that has been developing, and is called um, uh, that is going beyond the personalities.
Mm-hmm.
No, so they're starting to understand the concept of the Atman, just like modern physics is also starting to understand the concept of reality that is, is not what it looks like, that is
Mm-hmm.
not measurable. But still, they don't have a very clear and complete picture. But we can find that complete and clear knowledge from the Vedic tradition, the actual genuine Vedic Shastra. So, the Vedic psychology is helping us through this, this knowledge, this information that has been verified personally through direct experience by innumerable generations of people.
Mm-hmm.
And if we actually go and find the original teachings, we can see they're perfectly working. They're working perfectly even today. But we need some knowledge, and we need to apply that knowledge. Theoretical knowledge is not sufficient. I have noticed lots of people like to dabble in theoretical knowledge because they like to show off how learned they are, blah blah. But they don't put it in practice.
Hmm.
So what's the benefit? Mahabharata is saying that it's like a donkey that is carrying a load of books. What's
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
the benefit?
Yeah.
Donkey is not learning anything. It's just
Mm.
doing a lot of huffing and puffing and carrying all this big weight. Yeah. So,
But you know what? Even if you will talk to even, in any person, any
yeah.
person. So what happens? I don't know. Even people are not much into it, and they will start, laughing, or they will start,
Yeah.
that this person is gone crazy and all. They don't believe in all of these things.
This is because they believe they already know everything.
Hmm.
So they are not ready, they're not ripe. So life in this world is engineered, to make us stop and think and realize maybe there is something more. There must be something more. There must be something I don't understand. So
Hmm.
when
Yeah.
you get to that point, you're ripe. You're ready to look for knowledge. Before that point, it's useless. Because you can talk to people till you're blue in the face, but they're not interested.
Hmm.
Because they still think they know everything. They know enough.
And
So
even if you will talk, they will say that what's wrong in coming back as human again and again? It's fun. And I'm like, it's not fun.
exactly,
I don't
because
know.
they didn't have sufficient bad experiences.
Hmm. I'm.
You see the point, it depends on how, dumb we are.
Hmm.
Life is a great teacher. It starts by, hinting the right answers.
You know
And
what?
if,
Mostly, I think they are
yeah,
also those people who are mostly into themselves. I mean, for example, if they have a very good house, everything, but let's say their house is surrounded with beggars, the slums, and all, it won't bother to them. I mean, then
yeah,
they feel life is good because they are just self-centered. They can't.
yeah,
They think they are good, and they if they see a poor, if they see a dying person, it doesn't bother to them.
yeah.
Literally, it doesn't bother to them.
Yes,
I don't know why.
that's why bad things happen to people. Because we need to understand that, not everything is okay. We need to understand that there is a problem.
Hmm.
So in Gita, there is, I think, chapter 13, verses 8 to 12. Krishna is explaining what is the knowledge, what is jnana. And among all the things that you wouldn't expect to be jnana is the clear perception that birth, death, old age, and disease are problems, are issues to be addressed. And why they're problems? Because they are caused by material identification and attachment.
Hmm.
Otherwise, if we don't have material identifications and attachments, we don't need to take birth. And that is perfectly normal because we know what we are. We know we're not the body. We know we are not the things, identifications that body has. We don't possess anything that the body has. So we're free. There's no point, no problem in dying. But you go
Hmm.
around and see people don't want to even think about death. So
Yeah, I
that,
I think
yeah,
birth and dying is not a problem. The problem is when you are going through misery while living that life.
yeah.
I would say death is easy, but it doesn't come so easy to everyone.
Yeah, yeah, because we haven't, we haven't listened to life carefully enough yet. So first life, is whispering hints. Then it starts to tell things more loudly and clearly. And if
Hmm.
we still don't listen, then we start getting, slapped in the face.
Hmm.
Because we need to wake up.
Hmm.
This life is a dream. It's a dream because it's a temporary situation. So now it's there and tomorrow will not be there. Who knows? It's a dream.
So, if I ask you a question, for example,
Yeah,
let's say if you let's say see a person who is literally living, let's say you see him or her daily, and that person is literally going through a very tough life
yeah.
or miserable life or anything you can imagine, right? So, how would you see that person? You would see that person as if because of his past karmas, he's suffering this, or you would see him whatever happened, I don't care, but at least I can see him now that he's suffering or she's suffering, and I should help him. I mean,
Yeah, of
how
course, of course. But how are you going to help that person?
for me, I would say most of the time, I think it's money.
No.
Is
Because you find, for example, you find someone who's really, I don't know if you have seen any drug addict, that has
yeah,
completely
yeah, I
ruined
do.
their life.
So I would say there are two kind of people: those who really want to get help, and another one who doesn't. So who's hard? It will be hard to help those
But
who.
yes, okay, but still, even those who want to get helped, you need to
Mhm.
know how to help them. Because let's take the example of drug addiction. Okay,
Mhm.
we all have some kind of addiction.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so it's not sufficient to realize, to understand we have an addiction, we want to get rid of it.
Mm.
You also need to know how. If you want to help someone, you don't just tell them, oh, you have, to get free of this addiction. Yeah, right, thanks. How?
Mm.
You don't just give them a different addiction to replace the old one.
True.
And if you give them money, what are they going to do with it?
Yeah, for sure. Not in this particular situation,
Eh?
correct.
But
Most.
in any situation, if someone is in a bad situation, if they don't have any money, you have to understand why they don't have money. Because if their subconscious is pushing them to make bad choices one after the other, the money you give them is not going to solve their problem.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Because they will keep sabotaging themselves,
correct.
Or making their own choices and whatever. So it's not that simple. We need to have more knowledge, more intelligence, more understanding, and more detachment. Because we need to learn how to help other people without being needy for that, without being
What do
attached.
you mean attaching with yourself with them, or
Yeah, I
what do
mean,
you mean?
like sometimes we want to help other people to prove to ourselves that we are good people.
Ah,
Because our self-esteem is low, so we want to counteract it, compensate it by doing extra good for people, without even knowing what we're doing,
but don't we do it? I mean, sometimes, I mean, whenever we do it, we feel good. So I think it's always there, no?
Yeah, but
I mean,
if you have read the Bhagavad Gita, there is a chapter that deals with the three forms of faith, Shraddha Traya, and the three forms are under Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, and it's also talking about charity in Sattva, charity in Rajas, charity in Tamas. So if you engage in charity in tamas, nobody gets any benefit.
what do you mean by tamas here? Money?
Tamas means ignorance, lack of knowledge, lack of understanding, lack of care, attention, following the right process. That if you don't follow the correct process, it's just like you throwing money from the window. Who's going to get benefit? Half of that money will end up in the sewer. And the other half will be, just, trampled upon, and, what's the benefit? Nobody can get, nobody gets any benefit. When you help others, you share their karma.
When you help others, then?
There is a karmic connection.
Okay.
So if the person you help is a bad person, instead of getting good karma, you get a part of their bad karma.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
So basically, you can say it's a bad charity if you know that you are doing charity
Tamas,
for
because
bad
you don't
things,
know
right?
what you're doing. You should only give charity to deserving people.
For example, let's say there are lots of charity sites, like, right?
Yeah.
Let's say, right? They keep saying, okay, this person, and you personally don't know them, but because that charity website is saying that you have to donate this much, so you are saying because we don't know that person, we should not do the charity here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because whatever they do with your money, you'll be co-responsible. So you're getting a part of their karma. If they're doing very good things, you get a good karma. If they're doing bad things, you get the bad karma.
Hmm.
So if the organizations collect money, talking about, oh, the poor children, and, instead they're financing the terrorists, what kind of karma are you going to get?
Hmm.
You don't know.
Hmm.
You don't know means you don't care. You're just throwing your money from the window.
Makes sense.
The Gita is a very good book.
I
Very.
think you interpret it in very right way or different way. I mean, because
Yeah.
whenever I've read or heard, Gita in the past, I read, I won't say, because Sanskrit is not something I'm very, very good at it,
Yeah.
but the translators in YouTube, the way they explain, I really don't like them. I mean, they are. I feel their examples are quite patriarchy kind of stuff and all the stuff. So I really
Yeah.
don't like it. But when you explain it, you know what? I am a kind of person who really reject every single thing, whatever
No,
anyone
it's
says.
okay.
But
It's actually good, because if something is not good enough, you are totally right in rejecting it.
no, but whenever you say it, I don't know. I really feel connected.
Yeah, you understand.
I really
Because,
hear you.
yeah, exactly. Because I'm making practical examples, because I know what I'm talking about.
And you're making very well very sense. I mean, you're making sense of every single thing, whenever. So really, whenever I talk to you, I really feel, you're not just talking.
Nice.
You
Yeah,
are.
exactly. Thanks. Yeah,
I would
because
really
it's
wish
it's
to
my
hear you
direct
more.
experience.
Yeah.
you know while lots of people who are reading Gita, doing the Gita part, or giving classes or whatever, they don't know what they're talking about.
Hmm.
They just work on the academic level.
Hmm.
They think they're scholars, they think they're teachers, but they don't really have the direct personal experience, practical experience.
Hmm.
So it's more difficult to understand from them. And this is, lots of people are doing that. So, but the Gita is there. If you the Sanskrit of Gita is not difficult. So extremely simple.
Hmm.
I'm not a big Sanskrit scholar, but the Sanskrit of Bhagavad Gita is extremely simple and very clear.
Hmm.
Anyone who has a dictionary, even online, you can find a Sanskrit dictionary,
Hmm.
and the grammar is minimal,
Hmm.
and if you get the Devanagari text and the transliteration and the dictionary meaning, the grammatical meaning, then you can understand easily,
Yeah, so I'm gonna. Yeah, you have motivated me every single time, and I have
Yes.
always. I will
It's
even
okay.
ask my mother-in-law to get it here when she'll be here. So yeah,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
gonna take it. Yeah.
Good, good. Now you see, if you read this chapter of the three types of faith, three types of religious mentality, you'll see, because sattva, rajas, tamas are so different. They
Mm-hmm.
have different motivations, different type of activities, and definitely different effects.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I understand that you are a good person, you want to help other people, but it's better to understand how to do it in the best possible way. And for that, you need to make your own position stronger.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm worried about. That
Yeah.
whether I will be that strong or not.
Because if you want to be a lifeguard and you are not very
Mm,
good in swimming, oh,
correct.
it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So first you have to become, good enough at swimming.
Hmm.
And then you can think about helping others. So you have to focus on yourself. That's not being selfish. Yourself, it means your real self,
Mm.
not your superficial external identifications, not
Yeah.
your artificial, designations. That today you are that, and tomorrow you'll be something else, and next lifetime you'll be something else. No, you will always be you.
Mm.
The Atman is always the Atman. So
Mm.
the Atman, when we move from one body to the next, when we die and then we take birth again, we are carrying our subtle body, our mind, our subconscious mind, especially, and all the karmic seeds that are in the Karana Sharira, Karana Shai, the body of the causes, the seeds, the karmic seeds are there. So we need to do some work on ourselves to try to understand what issues we can address, recognize, address, and solve. We can do that. But for that, we need to eliminate the more superficial issues, which are the conflicts with your subconscious.
Yeah. 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 You're very right.
That's
I
the
think
first
I
step.
most of the time I keep fighting with myself only.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
If you are trying to do some work, but your hand keeps slapping you instead of doing the work,
Hmm.
first you have to address the problem of the hand is not cooperating.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, so you put everything, all your, parts of your subtle body in order as much as possible. Of course, perfection is not required, but we can improve a lot.
Hmm.
So we can do this work if you want.
Yes. Yes. I would like let me
Excellent.
know
So
whatever.
yeah, we start with the dream journal then.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Whenever you have some intuition, some ideas that comes to your mind that in that in that twilight
Mm-hmm.
state of consciousness, whatever you see in your dreams, it's all good. You just write it down.
Mm-hmm.
If you can pen and paper, or if you find better digitally, I don't know if you can take notes on your phone or whatever. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter. The only thing is that you should keep it near your bed so you don't have to get up to do that. Because the moment when you get up, your subtle body is changing. Your consciousness, the wakeful consciousness, the Jagriti becomes prominent. So the subconscious is shrinking and going back in the background, and hiding in the basement again.
I see.
So we should take advantage when your subconscious is ready to communicate. We should encourage it. And then
Okay.
communication becomes more normal and things will come up. And one by one, we are going to address them and let them go, solve them and let them go. And, you'll be lighter, you'll be stronger. And
Mm-hmm.
then in the meantime, you continue with your sadhana, as much as possible, in a reasonable manner, comfortable manner. And if you can read some Gita, that will be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
No,
It's
no,
always
thanks
great.
to you because, this is my work, you know. We need to do that. We want to help other people. This is the best way to help other people.
Mm-hmm.
Help people to help themselves.
Yeah. Really. I
to
think this state, we just need somebody who can help,
yeah,
like this. I
yeah,
think you're doing just great job. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if I could ever do this in my
Oh,
life.
of course you can. Of course you can. No problem.
You're really
You
great.
just need to get to swim better yourself.
Hmm.
And then of course we still cooperate. We can have a network of people supporting each other. That's good. That's what
Yeah,
we need to do. But
yeah,
basically, we need to be able to float on our own
yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
because
I
otherwise that's going to be a problem.
correct, correct. Yeah,
Okay. So we'll keep in touch,
yeah, yeah,
and I'm happy if it is helpful. So
yeah,
we'll talk again.
yeah, yeah. You have been clearing my lots of doubts and things, and
Yeah,
I'm
sure, sure.
getting
Thank
lots
you.
of clarity also.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Jai.
Yeah.
Jai. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.